This sleep story is a retelling of the movie The Lion King. We open with what rivals for the best opening scene in history, with the Circle of Life. In the Pride Lands, a bunch of animals are going to the presentation ceremony of a young cub named Simba. But Simba isn't just any old lion cub. He's the son of King Mufasa and Queen Sarabi, the royal family of the Pride Lands. The entire animal kingdom is thrilled to hear of Simba's birth, especially Rafiki, the elderly baboon who functions as Mufasa's spiritual counselor. The only one who's not excited? Old Uncle Scar, who's jealous that his nephew will likely inherit the throne before him. As we watch Simba grow up, like most little kids, he's pretty mischievous. At Scar's not-so-subtle urging, Simba convinces his friend Nala to accompany him to an elephant graveyard that Mufasa has expressly forbidden him from visiting. Simba, Nala, and Zazu, a red-billed hornbill who is Mufasa's major domo, end up in an elephant graveyard anyway. Just as they're about to be eaten by a trio of bloodthirsty hyenas, Mufasa shows up and saves the day. After Simba and his friends escape, the hyenas lament about how hungry they are. Scar, who apparently spends a lot of time chilling in this elephant graveyard, overhears them, and turns out they're all friends, and Scar promises them unlimited food if they'll help him kill Mufasa and Simba. Easily bribed, the hyenas agree. Scar lures Simba into a giant gorge with the vague promise of a surprise. Simba, who's still very young, goes there eagerly without questioning his creepy uncle. While Simba is practicing his roar on a lizard, he notices the ground is shaking. The hyenas have sent a stampede of wildebeest over the edge of the gorge, and Simba is caught in the stampede. Mufasa rushes to rescue his son. He saves Simba immediately, but then he gets carried off by the stampede. With a final burst of effort, he leaps up onto the edge of the cliff where Scar is standing and begs his brother to pull him up. But because Scar is a power-hungry sociopath, he throws Mufasa off of the edge of the cliff instead. Mufasa falls to his death. To add insult to injury, Scar convinces the impressionable Simba that he is actually responsible for his father's death and urges him to flee into exile. While in exile, Simba makes friends with a meerkat named Timon and a warthog named Puma. Timon and Pumbaa basically raise him, teaching him the ways of the jungle. As Simba grows up, he forgets about his role as the king of the Pride Lands. That is, until Nala accidentally stumbles upon Timon and Pumbaa's hideout. After some convincing from Nala, Rafiki, and the ghost of his father, Simba finally decides to return to the Pride Lands. One problem, though, Scar has completely ruined the once beautiful kingdom. The place is dark and destroyed, all of the leaves and greenery wilted. What's worse, none of the lions have anything to eat. Simba confronts Scar, demanding that he cede the throne. Scar isn't exactly keen on that idea, and he tells the other lions that Simba was the one who killed Mufasa. Simba, still in the dark, admits to the truth of this statement. He and Scar fight, and Simba ends up dangling from the edge of Pride Rock. Just as Scar is about to throw Simba to his death, he confesses to Mufasa's murder. Scar's confession gives Simba a burst of energy. He pulls himself back up and attacks Scar, eventually throwing the evil lion into the pit of hungry hyenas who have turned on him. After Scar's defeat, Simba assumes the throne. He and Nala get together and have a son, who goes on to become the next king of the Pride Lands, and the circle of life continues.